broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Chasing Life, and tonight's episode, Truly Madly Deeply. Welcome everybody. I'm your host, Heather Joy Smith, along with these lovely co-hosts with me this evening. Introduce yourselves.
You guys, I'm Sam Davidson. Thanks so much for having me tonight.
Hey, I'm Heather Gardner.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle Fee.
All right. Thank you, Sam, is filling in for Kristin tonight, so thanks for joining us.
Anytime, guys.
She's been here before.
She has been here before, so
She's
you guys already
seasoned.
know her.
We love her.
Yes.
Yes.
Except, I don't know. See, listen. Whenever somebody leaves or whenever we switch chairs, we got to be on, like, the side of the wall. Remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what wall you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Usually, if you need to jump over and we can huddle over here.
I forget which
Heather
one
needs
you
to be
are.
all by herself. Well, I'm Team Dominic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always team both, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
So.
I'm always impartial.
Okay, but I'm just letting you know right now in the very beginning, if you need to move over here, you can.
Thank you for that, Heather.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
She doesn't want to. She's on my team.
We shall see, okay?
She's on this team, Heather.
Listen, that is yet to be seen. You may continue.
I think I'm on the wrong panel.
Okay, so I feel like there are so many topics that we need to talk about that happened.
I feel like a lot happened.
A
This is
lot-
not a
I
filler.
feel like a lot happened, but at the same time, I thought it was kind of boring.
What?
Yeah,
But they
You
like,
do need to find another panel.
like, I mean, the plot didn't go anywhere, but we discovered we got a lot of questions answered.
Right.
barely.
A little.
I agree with
I'm
you,
just being
Michelle.
like a Debbie Downer today.
Maybe the two Heathers need to be on
I
one
know,
side
right?
tonight.
I can never be on your side.
Rude.
Continue.
Anyways, let's start out with April and Leo because they had a lot happen in this episode with them getting ready to get married, some counseling type issues.
Maybe
Speak
this
your
side
mind.
of the wall was correct in that they're not exactly ready to get married.
They might not be ready, but I still like them as a couple.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. But no, they're discovering that they've only known each other a few months and they're jumping into this marriage without really knowing each other, and they discover that they're lying to each other. I mean, not like anything serious, but still.
Right.
You never want to do that.
But speaking of the lying thing, I honestly thought that Leo overreacted. That
Totally.
She didn't. I mean,
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think so. Okay. But why, like, oh, babe, let's have this romantic weekend in
know,
Rhode
no.
Island.
That was like, you know, to
It was
get
like-
him there.
yeah,
she
like,
knew.
But why? She could have just said right out front. You sure
know.
that he wouldn't go to a hotel just to have sex with her? Hello, yes.
Well,
he
I
would
think.
have.
Well, no, I don't think she. Well, obviously, she went to have sex with him, but I feel like her overall plan was to go and have her little meeting with Edwin, and
he still would have gone, and he still would have been
True.
supportive. It might have been easier.
true. But it's like, why didn't she ask Natalie to go instead? Because
Exactly.
those two have, I'm not saying they have more in common with each other, but I feel like they have like the same goal.
She was trying to kill two birds with one stone. They needed to get through this list.
Yeah.
And she needed to see
Well,
Edwin.
let me just interject. I can't believe none of you are mentioning this. April cheated on Leo. She made out with another dude.
You're
like,
right.
yeah.
on
like
her vacation.
2 episodes.
And
or
they
3
still
or
haven't addressed that.
no, you're right. Oh my gosh.
They're going into this marriage. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean that's it's not okay. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. Like she didn't have sex with someone, she kissed someone,
Right.
But it
She
just
pulled away.
and she pulled. Well, no, she did it and then she pulled away after she
Realized, yeah.
or was satisfied. Who knows? But she did do
never gonna
something
address
that. Oh no, they have to. There's a reason that we saw that. There is definitely a reason. It's going to blow up in her face, I think, at some
Another
point.
case in point why they should not get married.
Well,
Well,
Okay, you know what? That's just you right
Yeah.
now. Like, you were on your
get
own.
my own
she's just a
right now.
Leo hater.
She is.
No, I'm a
Leo
marriage
haterade.
lover.
They could still get married, and she could come out and tell him everything that happened. Tell him
Oh
the
yeah,
truth
let me
on all-
trap the rich boy in, and then I'll mention to him that I cheated on him.
She already
Heather.
got the rich boy.
She doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
Come on. But at the same time, can I ask you guys a question? Like, how much time do you think is passing in between every week? Because the truth is that she is she's dying.
Right.
She has cancer.
I feel like they've been dating now for probably like 6 months.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
They said they gave us a number, and it's like, since we have been watching this for so long, I'm like, wow, she's survived cancer for this long, but
it's
that's
really
not necessarily the truth.
Right. But I feel like she has to expedite everything in her life because she's trying to beat the cancer clock, I guess you could say. You know, she wants to get married. She wants to do all these things before she could potentially die. And I don't blame her for that. I mean,
Right.
go live your life, you know? Do what you want to do.
You do you.
You do you.
But what happens when you don't die and you have to live
And she's
with...
stuck with the cheating scandal.
well, then you just move on.
She gets divorced and marries Dominic.
Exactly.
Wait, yeah, she's stuck with Leo. I mean, like...
Yeah, you're never
Oh,
stuck with someone. You can
darn.
always change things.
Stuck with Leo.
I would be stuck with him forever.
Yeah, I'm about to say. It's not that there are worse places to be.
Right. There are. And, you know, she can make her own decisions and have to live with that if she does live and move on. Change.
Can I actually, really quickly, something came to me when I was watching this last week. So Brenna had to stop going to to private school, and they had no money. But Leo's really rich. Is it crazy to think that?
We said the
did you
same
say
thing.
that?
We said, why hasn't Leo's family stepped in and kind of, you know, handed
Taken over some of
Right.
this.
But on the other hand, I can understand why they haven't, because the families haven't really been that close.
Yeah.
But Leo has his own, like, it's in his
Right,
name.
yeah.
Like, he could help.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't offered. You think he likes the family. He hangs out with Mama all the
Totally.
time.
They haven't really, I mean, this is totally like, doesn't really make a difference, but they haven't really said to him, hey, we're struggling with money or anything like that.
Right.
So they haven't made that a point in the show to kind of bring that. So maybe he's oblivious to it. I don't know. Or if that's just, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
That could be it.
Yeah,
You
who
know.
knows?
Who knows?
He should, though.
He should, if he finds out that
Right.
they are struggling. Let's talk about Edwin Shaw, because he's the reason why Leo and April ended up going to stay at the hotel and do all or whatever they were doing.
Say it.
So Edwin, okay, so he's a longtime friend of Thomas's, who's April's father. He basically was his best friend. Sounds like they had a major falling out kind of in the last year of his life. Thomas was kind of a wild child, drinking, gambling, doing crazy things.
Did that happen, though, like, after he had settled and had this family? Because it seems like Edwin said that he kind of had changed or shifted. I find this the most fascinating part of the show right now, by
For
the way.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I think it all happened when he did have the two families, because Edwin asked April if, you know, didn't you see your dad like that? Like, didn't you notice the change? And she was like, no, I was away at college. So, I mean, he was acting out. Maybe Brenna might know something. When April was reading the book, I thought she was going to read it with Brenna. So, you know.
Yeah. Maybe Brena read it.
She wants to protect Brenna. She's not going to let Brenna read it until she does, which is, like, annoying in their relationship. It's not really fair.
It's not. If I was Brenna, I'd be really upset if my sister wouldn't let me read the book.
I thought they were going to read it together.
That's what
I
I
thought
thought.
too. That's what it
Yeah.
seemed like last
Well, maybe
episode.
they'll get to that.
I think
They were kind of off in their separate worlds this
maybe.
week.
I kind of remember them saying last week, like, I remember her saying to Brenna, I'll let you know, like, when I read it kind of thing, which is weird, but.
Yeah.
I thought it was more of a, I'll let you know when I read it so you can come read it with me. Like, that's how I took it.
that's how I took
yeah.
it too.
But I have little sisters too, and I get it. I would want to protect them too. I wouldn't want to just throw them into a lion's
Brena's
den.
17, though. I mean,
So my little sisters are 17, and
still.
oh my god, they're my babies. Like, they really. I mean, I think they have a bit of a. Well, actually, no. We're all the same. Actually, I never even realized that. But April and Brenna are kind of the same age as like me and my sisters, which is weird.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but
But you'd still protect him. Okay, I
I
get
would.
that.
I do.
Yeah. I wonder if Thomas, if something happened in his life, I mean, obviously he was very shady throughout his entire life, but I wonder if there was like a pivotal moment that kind of changed his direction and made him that wild person and made him possibly may have not even finished this book kind
Maybe
of thing.
he was just over having to travel all the time and being with two families.
Or lying. I mean, that eats you sometimes.
I mean, it would eat you. I mean, how old's Natalie now? 22-ish? For that long, going back and forth and having to keep that live from two different families. Mm-hmm. That's got to be tough.
Yeah.
And it seems as though he possibly created a third identity that is a combination of these two families with some weird stuff.
Yeah, so what he claimed that he was part of the CIA.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting because in the book, his daughter wants to be just like her dad and be in the CIA. And he's like, no, honey, that's not for you, blah, 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 which is what happened with April and her dad is she said, I want to be a writer like you. And he said, no, like, go find something else.
Which I'm really glad that they put that in the book because at the beginning of the episode, like, Natalie was trying to convince her that it was about their family. And she's just like, no, I think it's just fiction. I think he's just writing about whatever. So I'm glad that they added that in. So, you know.
There is a connection.
Yeah, there's that connection that she had with the book.
And I like that she even admitted, like, midway through the episode, like, oh, this is about us. Like, there are clear things that he's saying that happened in my life. While Grandma might not have ever gotten shot.
Maybe that's what he wanted to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
I know.
Horrible.
I mean, I know that's horrible, but I mean, he wrote it.
He did.
So,
well, he also wrote he was a CIA agent.
But we don't know that that's not true.
Right, that's also true.
Right.
What if he was living 3 different lives?
It's far-fetched, but, you know, probably not.
And interesting that he would take, like, albums down to Natalie. Like, that's an interesting thing to bring down to your daughter. I wonder if that will come back and Natalie can explain that. Because you would think he would bring, like, a Barbie doll or something.
Or jewelry or something.
Something
Maybe that's
kiddish.
something we bonded over.
Yeah, music. Which I haven't really seen her in any of the episodes kind of gravitate towards music.
Right. I agree. I feel like we should at least have seen her in the bar being like, hey, can I control the DJ booth? Or, you know, she was a bartender. So,
Right.
I don't know. But she has no idea what she wants. And there's still a lot of development open for her character.
One question I just thought of. I'm curious when Thomas's funeral happened. Was Natalie and that side of the family at the funeral?
Probably not because they didn't meet.
Because they wouldn't have known,
each other.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They would have had no clue.
Because we saw Natalie at the grave in the first episode.
Because that would be so odd not being able to go to your own father's funeral.
Did they ever explain, like, if Natalie and her mom knew about the other family, or did they not explain that?
No, I think they knew.
Yeah, they did.
So they probably just assumed that they weren't invited.
Or they
think
just showed
Sara
up and
also
pretend
knew.
like they were just friends.
I really want to go
Just saying
rewatch now because I do kind of remember them discussing the funeral.
Oh, really?
A bit, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
I'll
if
have
you
to go back
and if you guys know, comment and let us know for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure people
I
do.
have bad memory.
My mom
I
probably
do too.
knows.
Yeah, have your mom tweet us.
Seriously, she definitely knows.
Can you have your mom call in next week?
Yeah,
too, by the way?
right.
Guys, my mom's gonna be in town the next few weeks.
Oh,
so
you need to bring
right
your mom
here.
needs to come into our studio and hang
And be
out
our
with us for
guest.
this.
she
My mom would like to do that, too. She loves this show.
Yeah.
But my mom's not coming out here.
Mama's coming out for a little too long. Love you, Mom. And I know she's watching this too. Because
Oh, man.
Let's talk about Sara, because Sara ran into a old high school boyfriend, Billy, or William, as he likes to be called now.
I thought that was really a little random, to be
think it was
honest.
I think, hold on, but I think I know where this is going, because,
Well, yeah, I do, too. But
where?
well, because of Beth.
yeah.
That they had to set it up somehow.
Okay.
That's true.
Beth could have met any random person at a bar.
Yeah.
And
But
saved
she
us
wouldn't
a
have
few
let
scenes.
loose like that.
But
I liked it.
It was cute. No, it wasn't anything bad.
it's cute, but there has to be a bigger purpose for this guy.
Exactly.
Also, because he was on Ally McBeal, and I love him as Richard Fish.
He definitely has a bigger part, I think, coming.
Yeah.
And we just don't know what yet.
And I do kind of like that we know that it's not going to be romantic. And it's just going to be a relationship, a friendship.
And that's good for Sara, I think. She needs someone to open up to.
Yeah. Right. And I like the fact that they both kind of lied and fibbed at first, like, about their life. And then they're like, well,
that's what everybody
just
does.
Kidding.
Everybody does that. Here's the highlight of my life. Here's the Facebook, the Instagram version.
You're doing so well. No.
Although I talk about in Pretty Little Liars how I just watched the show all weekend, so they all know I have no life.
That's what I do too.
I mean,
oh goodness gracious!
Like, yeah, I rewatched season 2 this weekend.
I
we
love
need to find you a man.
No, we gotta talk later. I do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. See.
Find me a man too, though. I'm down for that.
Okay, sure. I'll set all you guys up.
So like what we were saying, William's son ends up meeting Beth at their gay running club.
Adorable.
Yeah, and Beth doesn't realize that he's not gay at first, so she's just kind of like, "Woo, let's hang out," kind of thing, like no commitment whatsoever, and then learns, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
Which has happened to me before, by the way. I've been like so much, oh my God, I think he's gay. So I tell him everything about me. He's interested. He's fascinated in me.
And then he's not gay.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
that's a good, tactic.
I told you too much. But then they like it, so I guess you just need to be open, guys.
I guess
that's the new thing to do. Guys need to pretend they're gay. That's the way to.
In LA, guys, I just, you just got to assume that every guy you meet is gay.
Yeah, okay, so real quick story. I met this guy last night with I was with like a few friends, and we had like the same thing. We're like, oh, whatever. And I thought he was totally into my friend. So we all leave, and she's like, he was gay, right? And I was like, no, he was totally into you. He asked her for his number.
Oh, I thought this was going to be a story about you.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. I have a big X, don't ask me.
Hey, while we got a break, why don't I show you guys?
Oh, yes.
Next issue. Hold on. I got to pull it up. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right. On your tablet, on your phone, on any device that you use, we have this app called Next Issue. Simple. Literally, it's the Netflix of magazines. Basically, all these magazines right here, all in one place, all on your tablet, phone, computer, whatever device you're using. $10 a month. And you're not just getting the latest issue of Maxim with these boobalicious boobs on there. You're getting archives and archives, tons of different issues. So your favorite magazines. I mean, just 2 magazines is going to cost you about $10, and you literally get archives going back years for $10 a month. It's really simple to sign up to. All you have to do is go to nextissue.com/abtv. $10 a month. Download it onto your device. You good to go.
And 30 days for free.
And you get 30 days for free. You get to try it absolutely free before you end up buying it. Literally, guys, it's pretty awesome.
That's a really good deal. I think I'm going to do it for sure.
Absolutely.
I know.
I mean, you can't go wrong. You're getting hundreds of magazines.
Oh, so many. I mean, here's
you can even read Teen Vogue.
Totally.
That's right. Here's Chloe's pregnant, apparently. Jennifer Lopez as having a baby, apparently. I mean,
when I buy clothes, I like to think of them as how many wears. So if it's you want
to get your money's worth.
If it's $5 and I'm going to wear it 5 times, it was $1 per wear. This is literally a cent.
Pennies.
Less than a cent per.
Pennies. And it's beach season, so you're not going to be dragging all these different magazines to the beach or the pool or traveling. I'm flying out to Florida next week. I need to get this.
Well, what's really cool about it too is that you can screenshot things that you want or which is what I love to do on my tablet when I read magazines.
Yeah.
And it's way better than ripping things out of a magazine.
I do that too. Yeah, who has vision boards anymore? That was mentioned in the show. She's like, want to cut out magazine stuff for the vision board? I'm like, seriously? Just get nextissue.com and you're good to go. You don't need this vision board. Nextissue.com/ABTV, $10 a month, a 30-day trial.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. All right, let's get back to the business.
Okay, so let's talk about Brena and Margot, because Margot has an ex that she still lives with, Juliet.
I knew she was bad news.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at this.
I could not believe Juliet and her craziness. She is a stalker.
I think Brenna's realizing it though. She's just like, this adult drama is too much for me.
Right.
I kept on thinking what was the purpose of Juliet's character? Mm-hmm. Is it is it to spin Brenna back into heterosexualness?
After that, she might be.
Or at least back away from statutory rape.
Right.
Okay, I mean, you know what? Like,
I loved Juliet's and Brenna's. What moisturizer do you use? She's like listing a bunch, and she's like, I don't know.
well, so did they say Juliet was 40?
I think that was
Brenna
Brenna's
assumed
like
that.
comeback, like because she was making fun of how young she looked, and she was like, well, at least I don't look 40, you know, kind of thing. I don't think she actually was 40.
Bless you. Thank you.
Although she did look kind of old.
Yeah, she did.
She probably is a little bit older.
Yeah.
Either way, it was a weird situation. And like, I'm sorry, but if my ex comes in the middle of my date and is all drunk, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to take you home. I'm going to be like, get the out of here.
Right.
It makes sense. So now that we found out they live together,
Still, call that bitch an Uber.
Wow.
I just don't like this relationship.
please censor
you don't
your.
have to like it anymore because it's apparently over.
Yeah, they're done.
Good.
So she
Good.
broke up with her.
I love that when she was just like, this is over. You can get out of my house right now.
That was the best line of the whole episode, I thought.
I agree.
Oh gosh.
I loved it.
Good. I'm glad it was short-lived. I never liked it from the beginning.
Yeah. I don't know.
She'll come back though.
It was just all happening way too fast.
Well, but what was the purpose of her? You need a purpose, I feel like, for every character. At least something that we can justify. I don't know.
I feel like she was like her rebound from Greer and like a helper to help her transition out of Charlton.
Public or private school, yeah.
Right. I feel like that was like her purpose. I might be wrong. Maybe she's coming back later, but
I honestly don't really care.
yeah.
I don't like her, yeah.
I don't dislike her. I just didn't really like.
I really
take to
didn't
her.
like Juliet.
No.
And we weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
could
was
just go.
annoying. She was really annoying.
Really annoying. I was
Gertrude
annoyed
was
watching
super cute,
her.
though.
Who?
Gertrude.
The dog?
Gertrude was cute.
cute.
Yeah. But still, I would have been like, Gertrude, you need to go.
Yeah.
Or no, I'd be like, I'm taking Gertrude and I'm kicking you out.
Right. All right. Let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
He was dancing. I feel like we're at a club.
What kind of club are you going to?
I don't know.
The ones with scary music and strobe lights.
Halloween club.
Haunted houses?
All
That's right.
Heather, you're up.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that Leo and April are going to continue to realize they don't really know each other at all. Because, I mean, there's a lot that they're not telling each other. They're coming out of their shell, which I think is great 2 weeks before your wedding. That's the perfect time to do it. But I think they're just going to continue to realize that they don't really know each other. However, I do think they're still going to go through with the wedding. That's my purpose.
I just had a really weird thought. Sorry. I love the fact that Beth at the beginning of the episode was like, "Who am I gonna take to the wedding?
Yeah.
You know, Graham's gonna be there," and now she has a date. You guys.
I thought
It's
it was
all
really
happening so
funny.
fast.
It was like, well, Dominic's going to bring... Dominic should not be invited.
Yeah. Why is Dominic invited
I
to
think there
this
should
wedding?
be this unwritten rule. Anybody you sleep with, except your fiance, does not get to come to the wedding.
Right.
Well, that's just because you just got married. So,
I'm sorry. Did you guys want your exes at your weddings?
I mean, I don't
No.
Yeah,
I know I
I
don't.
guess you're right.
The wall. The
wall. Right now. Speaking of Dominic, I will have to rescind my prediction from last week
Oh.
because I watched the previews and Leo kind of decks him in the face. So
So no best man.
No best man.
See? I knew it.
But-
Dominic's not going to go to that wedding.
But I do think that April is going to ask Uncle George about the book because in the last scene, April asked Sara if, there was any other secrets that she might have known of. And Sarah was like, no, but, George knows him the best. So, I mean, the wheels are turning in her head. And I really
How come
think she's gonna
Sarah's
ask him.
just okay with all of this? Like, she seems pretty... She
Do
seems
you
pretty
think-
calm.
I don't think she knows a majority of
Yeah,
what's
I
going
know,
on.
but if I
Do you
found
think
out
she
my
knows?
husband...
I honestly, part of me hopes that she does because she is a smart woman, and for her to have been so stupid, like having 2 children with a man, being married to him for I don't even know how many years, but had to have been a lot to have those 2 children. it's not realistic. She is a psychiatrist.
Or at least suspicious.
Right.
She said, and she shuts it down quickly this episode. When was it April that asked her, like, do you know anything else? Like, do you think he did anything else? And she's just like, I don't know, and I don't want to know. But she has to know more.
Yeah. She absolutely has to know more. And I definitely think George knows more. And I think she's going to end up calling George and saying, obviously, she's got to invite him to the wedding. I think he'll probably be the one that walks her down the aisle.
It'd be natural.
It makes the most sense. And I think she's probably going to ask him about this book when she, I would assume, calls him. Or maybe she's...
April?
I would hope she would kind of get this out in the open before he arrives for the wedding and there's a blow up or whatever.
No, I think she should ask him in person, because what if she did ask him over the phone and then he like didn't want to talk about it and was like, oh sorry,
that's true.
something
Or
came up, I
maybe,
can't come out.
maybe they're both part of the CIA and the phones are tapped. And as soon as she says it, someone shoots Grandma through the window.
Heather.
I'm just kidding.
Wow, that went dark really fast, Heather.
Well,
0 to 100.
I'm just kidding.
no, but maybe not, you guys. You never know.
You're right. You never
Listen,
know.
did you expect Grandma to get shot in that episode? I did not.
I don't expect George to be in the CIA and be a doctor.
True.
That would be pretty impressive, but I don't think it's realistic.
I'm just throwing it out there.
He would have to have a clone.
Yeah. There's
Hey!
And this is going to turn into Orphan Black, but with
and
doctors.
Thomas is still alive, and he's
That
in San
I don't
Francisco.
think is out of the question.
I don't either.
And I will say that the only person that could possibly know besides Thomas is George. And George got blamed in a way for Thomas's death, which is super messed up. He's his brother, how devastating. But he didn't have too hard of a time reacquainting with his family, dating his ex-wife. You'd think that would really kill someone, no pun intended, that technically kind of killed their brother.
Right.
Boom.
I think he does know.
Wonder
and
if
I
Thomas
think he's
is
still
in San
alive.
Francisco with George.
Why in in San Francisco?
No,
Oh.
he's probably in some deserted island because he messed up really badly and he's in a ton of trouble and George is hiding him.
Wait, did we bring this up that he might just show up at the wedding if he's still
Yes.
alive?
Yes, we did last week.
That would be
I thought we did.
amazing.
It's so scandalous.
It has to happen. In his CIA clothes.
Well, maybe April
Yeah,
will
right,
think she's
right.
like dying and then she
Hallucinating.
sees hallucinating.
Oh.
She
Like
sees
in
her father.
PLL.
Very Pretty Little Liars.
That's totally Pretty Little
It
Liars.
really is. But, you know, ABC Family, you never know.
You never
This
know.
is true.
They
This is
go
true.
off the deep end sometimes, and it's really good.
See,
when
I
they
told
do.
you. CIA. They're all just part of the CIA, the alien CIA.
Oh my God, they're early.
Wow, we're gonna even weird it out. All right, guys, make sure you guys tweet us your predictions. Let us know what you're thinking. Michelle, let them know where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _MichelleFee.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, HeatherGTV.
And you guys can find me online at samdavidsonentertainment.com and on Twitter and Instagram at samd43.
You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, pretty much every social media. I am the same at Heather Joy Smith. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.